Hi guys, this is Liz Crochet. Welcome back to my channel, and this is my first video of the year. Sorry, I've been on and off. I've just been busy with my sister's wedding preparation, but right now I'm fully back. And in today's tutorial, we are going to be making a video on how to make this crochet beanie. Can you see how beautiful it is? It is multicolor crochet beanie. So how we are going to be using two color for this crochet beanie. And first thing first, we are going to be needing yarn. We are going to be needing I'm going to be using two yarn. I'm using a white color and a red color for this video I'm making, and I'm going to be using two strand because the net weight of my yarn is 40 grams. So this is available in my country. This is yeye regular, so I'm going to be using two strand of it. I'm going to be needing a stitch marker like this. I'm going to be needing a measuring tape, and I'm going to be needing a 4.0 millimeter hook, and I'm going to be needing a pair of scissors, and as well I'm going to be needing a diaring needle. So this diaring needle is just for the finishing work. So now let's get right into the video. To get started, I'm going to be making a slip knot. This is the two strand. We are going to be making a slip knot like this, and then we are going to fasten it, and then we are going to be having this. So now we are going to chain up few number of chains till I have some might make their own to be 10 or 12 inches, but mine is going to be 10 inches because I don't want it to be too long, because as time goes on a crochet beanie normal draws, so I don't want it to be too long or to be too short. So I'm going to have 10 inches. So I'm just going to continue making chain like this, and then I will tell you the number of chains I made. I'm going to be making 11 inches. I'm going to be making 11 inches because at the end of the day, once I'm done with making the first row, it's going to be like 10 inches that I want. So remember, the number, my own number of chains might not be the same number of your chain, because the weight of our yarn might be different from each other. So now this is what I have 50. This is 50 chains, and then measuring it is going to give me, this is going to give me, this is giving me 11 inches, and this is it. It's giving me 11 inches. So now you can add more length to your own if you wish to add it. And then now I'm going to chain one. I'm going to add one chain as the starting point. And now to get started, after we have the one chain, that's 51 chains, I'm going to skip the first chain, the one chain I add to it, and then I'm going to yarn over like this, and into the second chain I'm going to go into it, and after I've gone into it, I'm going to pull over, and now I'm having two double crochet. I'm having three on it, and then I'm going to yarn over and then pull through all three. Now this is the first half double crochet you have here. You can as well put your stitch marker on it. Especially if you are a beginner, make sure you have your stitch marker in the first half double crochet. So we are going to be doing half double crochet. So we are going to yarn over once again into the next chain. We are going to insert it, and then we are going to pull up a loop, and now we are having 3 loops on it, and then we are going to yarn all through. So that is half double crochet. So this is where we are going to continue doing into the chain, and then pull it up like this, and then we are going to yarn over. And now we are going to continue doing half double crochets in each of the chain till we have 7 chain left. We are going to continue doing half double crochet into the 43 chains till we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 till we have 7 chain to the end of the row. So continue doing this half double crochet, and then I will meet you once again once we have 7 chains left. Now this is what I have. I'm almost having seven chains left. So just continue making the half double crochet till you have 7 chains left. So I'm going to count the number of chains I have left now. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm having 7 chains left, and this is how our half double crochet looks like. Can you see? Now for the 7th one, we are going to be having a slip stitch, and make sure that this 7th part here where we are going to be having a slip stitch, make sure that your yarn is loose. Don't let it be too tight, because once we are coming back it might be difficult if it's too tight. So make sure that this part is not too tight. So now loosen your yarn, and then you are going to go into this first one. You are going to yarn over, and then you are going to pull all through. That's slip stitch. I'll go once again. Make sure that it's not too tight. Into this, can you see? Pull, and then you pull through. I will go once again. Here, you pull it like this, and you pull all through. So that's a slip stitch. So the first part where we have the first slip stitch, we are going to stitch mark it, so that we'll be able to know where we are going to start and where we are going to stop. So, and that's it. So you are just going to continue making your slip stitch. And this is the end of the row. So now measuring it now, I think we are going to be having like 10 or, can you see? It's 10. It's not. It's almost. This is 10. Can you see it? It's 10 inches. So that's just it. So it is 10 inches now. So. And now, to get started for row 2, we are going to chain 1. And if you are a beginner, kindly try and be counting your stitches. That is, make sure that the number of chain you start with is the number of chain you are ending with. So you can go ahead and just count it after you are done with each row, so that you can know where you make a mistake and not try and make any mistake. Because if you make any mistake, it's going to affect later on. So now we are going to, after we've chained 1, we are going to turn our work. And now what we are going to be doing now is that we are going to be going, instead of us going into these two together, we are going to be going into one loop. We are going to be going into a loop. We are not going to go into the 2 loops. That is, instead of us going like this is the 2 loops together. We are not going to go into the 2 loop. We are going to be going into one like this, into one. So that's what we are going to be doing. So now after we've chained 1, after we've done our work, and then we are going to go into the back loop only, and we are going to be doing a slip stitch as well. Make sure it is not too tight. A slip stitch, that means we are yarning, we are pulling through. A slip stitch. So we are going to have 7 slip stitch. And then this is the last part here. This is the last slip stitch here. We can remove our stitch marker and then make the slip stitch. And that's it. And then you are going to return a stitch mark there. So now from here onward, we are going to be having half double crochet. So we are going to yarn over into the loop, we are going to pull up one. Now we are having 3 loops in it, and then we are going to yarn all through. So and we are going to be doing into the back loop only as well. Into the back loop only, we are going to be having a half double crochet. So continue doing this till you reach the end of the row, and once you reach the end of the row, we are going to be changing our color to the second color of your choice. But I'm going to be using a red color. The reason why we are doing this is because this is going to be in the middle of the head. This is going to be in the middle. So I will meet you back once we are at the end of the row, where we are going to change our color. So now this is where we have. We are almost at the end of the row. And then now we have to remove our stitch mark. And now after the ear, we are going to change our color. That means we are going to be having 2 rows of white and 2 rows of red. So now into this last part here, we are going to go like this, and then we are going to yarn this over. Can you see it as I yarn over here? And then I'm going to take my red color or your color of your choice, and then I'm going to take my red color like this, and then I'm going to use it to yarn. And then I'm going to pull through the white color and the red color. Let me explain once again. Once you want to do half double crochet, you are first going to yarn over and then insert it into the back loop only, and then pull up. Now we have to use the white to yarn over and then have complete it, but we are not going to be doing that. We are going to be taking the red color, and then we are going to be adding it with the white color, and then we are going to pull in the we are going to use the white and the red color together, and then we are going to pull through like this. So this is what I'm saying, and this is where we have. So now we can now cut our white color, because we are now going to be starting with our red color. So we are now going to cut our white color. So that's it. So if you want your work to be a little bit fasting very well, you can just go ahead and just tie the 2 ends of the red color and the white color. I love to do this because I won't want to be any loose end. So just tie it together. Make sure that it's not too tight, and that's it. And this is where we have. And now we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and then continue doing our half double crochet. Our half double crochet into each of the back loop. So turn our work like this into this back loop. So now this particular leftover yarn, just make sure that you are putting it into this. So just continue making our half double crochets into the back loop only. So make sure that you stitch mark your starting point. Remember, as I tell you, if you are a beginner, make sure that you are counting your work. Make sure that you have 50 chains or your starting chain at the end of it. So now we are going to do half double crochet in each of these till we have where we stitch mark and where we are going to having a slip stitch. So we are just going to do half double crochet into the back loop only. Remember, you are going to go into the back loop only for each of our row. So now doing this, putting our work here, won't let it have any excess. You can see it's neat. So just go on and do it like this, and I will meet you once again. So now this is what I have. I'm almost at where we have this. So what we are just going to do is just to continue making half double crochets, And when we reach where we stitch mark, we are going to remove the stitch mark, and then we are going to do a slip stitch to it again. So we are now where we stitch mark. We are going to remove the stitch marker and then continue making a slip stitch. So remember, don't let it be too tight. So into the 7th, so the first one we are going to put our stitch mark into it again. So and remember, everything you are going to be doing, you are going to be doing it at the you are going to be doing all at the back side, into the back loop only. Into the back loop only. Remember, it's in the back loop only. So after we are done with this, and then we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and then continue. We are going to do one more of our red, and then we are going to switch to white once again. So I will meet you. So we've chain 1, we turn our work, and then into this once again we are going to do slip stitch into the 7th slip stitch, and then you are going to start half double crochet once again. So I'm going to meet you at the end of the row when we are done with our half double crochets in each row. So then we are going to change our yarn into white color. So now I think you should be used with what we are doing now. We are just going to be having a row of 2 rows of white and 2 rows of red. So remember, you return your stitch mark into the last slip stitch. And now we are going to continue with our half double crochets. So now I'm going to meet you once we are at the end of this row. So now this is what we have. So into the back loop only, as we've been doing, we are going to go into it like this. And then we are just going to continue, and we are almost at the end of the row. We are having one left, and then we are going to change our color once again. So we can remove the stitch mark here. Into the back loop only, we are going to yarn over, and then we are going to take our white, and we are going to pull through with the 2 colors, with the white and the red. So, and that's it. So now we are going to stop using the red, and now we are going to be using the white color. So we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and then so now we are going to cut off the red yarn as we've been doing, and then we are going to tie it a little bit, and you don't have to tie, but I just love to tie it, so I will be sure, okay, it's fastened. So you might not tie yours. So now after we've made the chain 1, we are going to turn our work to the other side, and then into the back loop only once again we are going to be having a half double crochet. So now make sure you are going in here, and this is what we have. So now we are just going to continue making half double crochets into the back loop only, and this is the beauty. This is where we have. So now that means you are going to have 2 rows of white, 2 rows of red, 2 rows down. You are going to be alternating between the 2. So continue, and then I'm going to meet you at I'm just going to meet you once again. So now the circumference of our head is normally, let's say, like 22, 24. So now, and the customer requested parts, especially requested that the beanie should be firm. So now I just make this to be 18 inches that is 18 inches. This is 9 inches, and then 2 is 18 inches. So that means I'm having 4 left. And wearing this on my head, it's very, very firm. I haven't wore this because I don't want to wear it so that it will still be intact for the customer. So it's going to go perfectly for the head circumference. So you can make yours as well 18 or 19 inches. And this is where we are currently for our beanie, for the beanie we are doing. So I'm currently at, let's count it, let me count the number of rows I did now, so you can as well inculcate that for your own crochet beanie. So let's count it: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40. So I make 40. I make 40 rows. Now let's measure it. This is it. Okay, let's finish this before we measure it. Let's just finish our half double crochet first before we measure it. So now let's continue making. So I hope you still remember, you are just going to continue making a half double crochet, and once I'm done with this, you are just going to measure it and know maybe it's giving us the same thing we need. But I did 40 rows for the other part as well, and it's enough for it. So and now I'm going to remove my stitch marker here because of the last one. So into the last half double crochet here, I'm going to do a half double crochet. So now measuring it is going to give me 18 inches as well. So let me try and zoom out so you'll be able to see. Okay, I think this is the last zooming I can do. So now getting a measuring tape. So and also it depends on the tension. I realized that the tension I used to make this is it's a little bit more than the one I used for that. So this is what we have, or better still, we can just fold it into two like this, and then we measure it. And this is what we have. Can you see? So this is 9 inches. That means we are having 18 inches. So now we are just going to join this together, and then we are done with our work. So now to join this together, we are going to be using we are just going to be using what we have here. So now this is where we have. We are now going to, we have to check where we want it to be, the right side and the wrong side. So this is, I'm going to use this as my wrong side, because if you look at it now, it's a little bit showing where I joined it together. But if you look at this, it's not showing like that. Look at this. Can you see? But look at it, this part isn't it. So this is going to be my right side. So I'm just going to close this one like this. So this is my wrong side. So now after you make a chain one, after you've chain one, I'm showing on my video. Let me repeat that. Let me try and, okay. So now this is where we have. After we've done chain one, after we've gotten chain one, we are going to get our white yarn like this. We are going to go into the first chain. We have to go into our first double crochet we have here. That is our first chain, and then into the half double crochet we have here as well. We are going to slip stitch. We are going to be joining with a slip stitch, and then we go into the second one here as well, into the second one here, and then we join again with a slip stitch. So we are just going to be joining with a slip stitch, and remember, you are going to be going into the back loop only. into the back loop only, because if you go into the back loop only, guess what we are going to be having? We are going to be having something like this if you go into the back loop only as well. That is the reason why. Okay, I'm trying to get, okay, this is where we join this particular one. This is where we joined it. Now look at it. It doesn't show where we joined it here. This is the right side, it is not showing, and the wrong side, this is the wrong side, this is where we joined it. Can you see? And it's not showing here, so that's what we are going to be doing. So that's why we are going to go into the back loop only of our. So make sure that you are starting, you turn your work to start from here, and then you're going to here. So now we are just going to continue using a slip stitch to join it together, and we are going to be using the back loop. We are going to go into the back loop only, and then we are going to be making a slip stitch. The next one, the back loop only, and then this is how we are just going to be joining our work together till we reach the end of the row. That is till we reach, and the slip stitch, maybe I will meet you back once we reach where the slip stitch is. We are still going to do the same thing. We are just going to go into the back loop only as well. I'm going to meet you soon. So now I'm almost at the slip stitch part. So make sure that you are going into the back loop only. Just make sure of that. So now I'm going to remove stitch mark now, and then I'm just going to continue. This is the slip stitch, and we are just going to do the same thing, just using slip stitch to join it together as well. And then we are almost done with our row, and after we are done with this, we are just going to leave a little bit of yarn, and then we cut off our yarn, and then we use the yarn we have left to just sew the bottom together, the upper part together. So we are just going to continue making slip stitch, and make sure, and remember that you are going to go into the back loop only as you've been doing the beanie, or should we call it a doma? So now this is where we are, and then I've chained one, I chain one now, and then I'm going to be leaving a little bit of excess yarn just to be able to enter that place very well. Now I'm going to cut my yarn here. So now we've cut off our yarn, and then we are just going to fasten this, and we are done with our work. So now, if some people might feel like this is a little bit small, if you draw it can stretch up to 25, 24, so it's okay. So now this is what we are going to have. So, and now we are going to take our diary needle, because we are going to be we have to sew this in together. So our diary needle, this is my diary needle, so I'm going to get the edge here. And please, if you don't have a diary needle, you can use your crochet pin as well. It might just take time. Yes, it might take time more than you using a diary needle. Now for me, I normally go into, I skip one line like this, and then I go into the next line like this. You are just going to draw it together. You can skip one line, you can skip the white one, go into the next one, draw it again, skip the next line, go into the next one, you draw, skip the next line, go into the, skip the white and go into the red, draw, skip the white, go into the red, and you draw. Now you do that, you just go ahead in a way that is very easy, in a way that is easy for you. So And that's the end. And that's the end of our beanie crochet. Thank you for watching to this moment. Kindly share, subscribe, and please like, and please comment below what you want me to make videos on. I normally make videos based on my customers' preference, because I am actually somewhat busy, although I don't really make all of my videos. But you can as well comment what you want me to make videos on. I will try as much as possible to make video on so. I will try as much as possible to make the video. So thank you for watching. This is Liz Crochet once again. I love you. Thank you. So you are just going to sew it in as you want, like this. Can you see? Just sew it in as much as you want, and we are at the end of it. So now I forgot to say this, the essence, the excess yarn. Now this is the right side. Can you see it? This is how it's going to be. So now the excess yarn, you can just sew it in any place, and then you cut off the remaining ones. That's what I normally do. So I will just input it here, and then I will just cut off the remaining one. That's it. So I will just cut it here, and then we are just going to knit all these excess. Where we have this, we will just have to knit them, and that's the end of our video. Thank you for watching my video. I love you. Bye bye.